cost you nothing to hit that like button, family. Big Chap TV, where you know you gon' see that truth, that now this game so free. He give it a cut, that's how it's gotta be. It's Big Chap TV.
What up, family? Cost you nothing to hit that like button, fam. Ricky Rose. Man, y'all don't know. You know, he walked off a DC Young Fly, the 85 South show. Rose walked off on him, right? Now, the situation went viral. We didn't know whether it was a game or what, but everything have come to surface now. And I'm about to get into details on why Rick Ross left mid-interview with the 85 South show and just left them guys hanging like they did. Now, it ain't sitting right with DC Young Fly. DC Young Fly just called Rick Ross out and said you went and shared your whole life story with a white podcast, but when it come to the questions that they had, when it come to chilling with them, the nigga just got up and he left mid-interview. And DC Young Fly was calling him out pretty much on the Uncle Tom tip. You more comfortable with talking to the white man other than the 85 South show, right? Now, we all know when it comes to the 85 South, I mean, it's well respected. DC Young Fly, you know, Chico Bean, you know what I'm saying, and the rest of them. And not only that, they on a comedy level with it. You know what I'm saying? Comedians. And they draw people in, fam. And I got to say that they got a good show. But when it comes to Rick Ross, he responded to this situation. And Rick Ross said that a boss pretty much get paid. Rick Ross said, I didn't ask y'all for nothing. He said, I just came. He said, y'all didn't even have no wings ready for me, fam. He said, I didn't ask y'all for no money or nothing. I came for free. Ross saying, if I came for free, I can leave for free, mid-interview, anytime I feel so, because y'all didn't pay me, right? Rick Ross' main thing was, I just showed y'all some love. You know what I'm saying? I didn't charge nothing to come on the 85 South show. Now, Rick Ross saying this in the pool. He in the pool saying what he doing, talking the money talk. And if you look at it, most people want to get paid now. That's pulling up to these podcasts, but we all know 85 South show, like they don't pay like that. Certain platforms. And DC Young Fly even come back and responded to Rick Ross saying this and said they didn't pay a lot of more individuals that did more numbers than Rick Ross. And DC Young Fly was calling, you know, out the numbers, like Country Wayne and all the rest of them that did 7 million views and better. The Boosie interview that did like 8 million views or better. So he was calling out that all these individuals came free for the love. Now, by me knowing what's happening with YouTube, the analytics, everything that's going on, and Rick Ross was saying that too, check the analytics. What did you make off me? They made a bag off Rick Ross with him pulling up. Ross saying, I could have charged. And that's just a fact. Most individuals that's pulling up that ain't really got it, I must say. Because the ones that got it, like Rick Ross, they only gonna go to certain platforms. And them platforms that they usually go to is the ones that don't pay. They don't want to go to a no jump or something because it's all type of people, you know, have been on there and they feel like it's watered down. And what I mean by all type of people is local jokers and town clowns and certain rappers that have reached a certain status. They don't want to mix their brand in like that. Now, when they come to the 85 South show, you know, they are one of the bigger podcasts because the names behind the podcast, like DC Young Fly and them, fam, you know, they are celebrities doing what they do. So when we see a Vlad, if Rick Ross pull up at Vlad, he gonna get paid. That what Vlad do. So when it come to Ross knowing though what it is with YouTube, he totally right. Because when Ross was saying what he was saying, I'm like, man, Ross be on it. A lot of people think that when it comes to, and it's a lot of rappers that lost it when social media came. They couldn't keep up. They buzz failed. They couldn't. If you notice, Rick Ross, 50 Cent, individuals like that, Boosie, you know, they made their way. They were studying the game because they knew this social media was going to be the new wave. I don't want to see this situation between DC Young Fly and Rick Ross. I'd rather see Rick Ross come back on the show and they do it again, however they going to do it. But with him telling DC Young Fly, hey, man, I didn't charge y'all nothing. I mean, that's just facts. He could have charged 2 bands, 3 bands just to come through and do what he do, fam. And for a man to take time out just for the love to come do your interview that you gonna get paid for, we got to look at that. I mean, y'all got $4, $5, maybe $6,000 for free just for Rick Ross pulling up. He ain't get nothing. So whether he left mid-interview, which it went viral then because he left. So I didn't see no reason that DC Young Fly should have came out and was saying what he was saying about Rick Ross leaving mid-interview without saying nothing. Now, could Rick Ross have told them what it was? Yes. He could have said, hey, man, I'm coming for an hour, like DC Young Fly said, and that hour is all I got, and I'm gone. For Ross to just get up and, you know, walk out, I mean, it was just a boss move on his end. I don't want to say he did it because he didn't rock with the show or DC or Am one of them. You know, that's just how certain niggas move, I know, in the game. Because Rick Ross don't go on too many podcasts like that. He felt like he was coming in as the big boss to show them love. And if he stayed 10, 15 minutes, it was what it was. The Breakfast Club and Drink Champs and places like that, they don't pay. They don't pay artists. That's why you don't see a repetitive, you know, they always got different people. They only, if they going to New York or something, they'll stop by just on a tour run, let them know they got a new tape coming or they got a new business, whatever the case might be. So I think DC Young Fly was kind of tripping on that tip. If you look at Birdman, when he went to the Breakfast Club, stayed in there 5 minutes, that was the most viral clip, you feel me? When they come to the Breakfast Club. The same with Rick Ross leaving. Sometimes the thing that we think they're working against us be for your good. And it was for 85 South because it went viral after Ross did what he did. So I don't know if DC Young Fly, he was just feeling some type of way of Ross not telling them. And they not getting that type of respect that they giving out when it comes to Rick Ross. But we all know how Rick Ross move on a boss level. You feel me? And he felt, I know he felt. He didn't just up and leave without telling them nothing. He felt like, hey, I done pulled up for free. You know what I'm saying? Y'all finna get your money, regardless if I get up and leave or not. And Ross might have knew it was, he was talking about analytics. He might have knew it was gonna go viral. You feel what I'm saying? With him just walking out. So that's even showing love still at the same time. But DC Young Fly is feeling some type of way. I haven't heard the rest of them say anything about it. Nobody but DC Young Fly, because I think he felt that him and Ross had a bigger relationship. You know what I'm saying? Than that, for Ross not to, you know what I'm saying, let him know what the business was and just get on down like that. But I will keep y'all updated on situations though, family. But make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.